Alright, welcome, good people and proud Serbs alike, back to the big blue block. Montenegro's looking bigger, it's looking blockier, and it's looking a whole lot less fragile than it did before. We've solidified ourselves straight into Hungary, much at the ire of those around us here, but that's fine, we have other expansion opportunities. Kazakh is our subject, we're trying to eat Uzbek, but Timurids have now brought us into the second war against them that's not on our terms. I just want to reconquer them one more time, and then start gobbling up Kazakh. Although his land is going to be a pain for me to administrate, Kazakh have grown much too large. I need to get them inside of me, get that base tax, and then get it converted. And also hopefully accept a sizable culture within my realms. But we ended up at a fairly excellent opportunity here. Denmark and Commonwealth are at war. Seems like Bohemia was the sticking point here. But there's something to consider about all this. The Commonwealth have attacked Bohemia. They are very much able to call us into this war, which means I need to be fighting Denmark as soon as possible so I can fight them on my terms. How soon is as soon as possible? I'm thinking approximately right now. The way I see it, there's a huge risk that Commonwealth would call me in. They're obviously not calling me in because they see I'm in another war, and they would weigh me up like any other AI, going, you know, in another war, manpower, loans, whatever. So I don't... Wait, hang on. I have an alternative idea. Okay, I was thinking maybe I could be friendly to Bohemia and that would block it, but no, we're already rivaled. All the more reason Commonwealth think I would join in. So we should start our own war against the Danes. Bremen and Gelra are hardly anything to worry about. Sweden can get involved, and I should definitely say that this Danish land is bound by fate to be mine so that it doesn't go to other people. Yeah, I'm even thinking of claiming this so I can actually have a coastline over there. Now, Sweden probably won't like me claiming this land since they want it for themselves, but I've just got to be faster than them at getting to it. It means I've got to about turn with my units pretty fast. Well, what are we even doing? I'm probably heading over here because I foresee some rebellious Hungarians rising up. And that is true. That is very true, actually. Should be cheaper for me to stomp them down a bit, but I don't like doing harsh treatment when it doesn't give... that thing that is really good. Absolutism. So we'll consider that. Anyway, point is, we declare war on Denmark and we do it straight away. Sweden gets called in, they don't get promised land, and I want to make it... Kargopol, I think, is... Oh, it's Catholic. Not only that, it's got zeal for another 11 years. Ugh. But I don't have many other claims. In fact, I've made some really crummy claims on the Danes thus far. So I might as well make it for Kargopol, and then maybe I can seal this area off, but this is what I really want. Well, regardless, it's an easy one for me to grab, so yes, we'll take Kargopol. Sweden's getting involved, and I don't care about the other two, and I need to get myself into position for that. Well, it's what I say, but we can let Sweden bleed for us for a little bit. You guys are on your way down there. I'm fairly confident that PLC can handle things, at least for a bit. Why do I not have military access through you? Well, I do, but I'm just kind of walking around the issue. Right, the others get involved, and you guys... Okay, there we go. Maybe you're taking that because it's better for supply limit, but I want the fastest route you have up to here, because I would quite like Ingermanland and Ladoga for myself, and I'd quite like Sweden not to take these ones, because they're still Orthodox, which means I don't have to play the conversion game, and I'm not the world's biggest fan of the conversion game. There are the Danes right there. They're going that way, which is kind of good news for me. Might be ample opportunity for me to simply merc up a little bit and take them quickly. I haven't been using a lot of mercs, but I did use mercs at the very start, so I can't claim this is a no merc playthrough. Not that that really matters for anything, it just felt kind of cool when we did that previous run, and just by coincidence, it was a no merc playthrough. Are you? Your Livonian Order? Get out of Ladoga, it's mine. The Danes have converted quite a bit, and also had a bunch converted, courtesy of the Centre of Reformation. The good thing is that Centre of Reformation has an extremely low targeting towards provinces that are Orthodox, so they tend to be safe unless there's pretty much no alternative. So let's just assume they'll be pretty much safe. Now, I would have no problem white pizzaing out of this this war here if I just had a bit of war score to do it with. I wouldn't even mind getting a trust hit with Timmy if it just means that I could get a white peace with Uzbek and fight them in 5 years. But as it stands, Uzbek has lost a lot of war score, and since I can't negotiate separate peace between myself and them, not likely to get out of that easily enough. Oh well. Will there be a Merc-only playthrough in 130? Now there's an idea. I wouldn't say no, but it could be done. I haven't really thought about the 130 campaign. Because I still want to do the campaigns that I've talked about earlier. I still want to do the Tibetan run and the slave driving run where we murder the Belgians. Alright, it's unfortunate that Sweden wants so much of this land. I'm not going to let them take the land, but too bad for them, I guess. You there, you're going far too slow. Let's get somebody with a bit of speed on you. Ooh, I don't like that. Uzbek is pieced out, and that doesn't look white, does it? Uzbek will announce claims, give money to Timmy, and we get a whole 4 ducats of the money they cough up. That's not fine. How long is that truce? Until 97. Jeez. I just want to fight Uzbek on my terms, but Timmy just keeps bashing into him. Probably because of Transoxiana. Okay, well, here's hoping that I will get eventually a chance to gobble them up myself. Tech, huh? Tech is a bit grim for me right now, so I'd rather not tech. Then again, I'm running out of stuff to spend my dip on. I should really consider putting a spy network on somebody to get a reduction in cost. I've been neglecting doing that this whole time. Study technology is something we've got at Tech 9. So I should look towards who has the best tech around. Actually, wouldn't Ming have the best tech? They're really strong on that. But perhaps it would be better to spy on a rival of mine like Bohemia. They usually have good tech and they're pretty close. So let's build a spy network on them and try to keep it there for a while. I'm also spying on Muscovy. I don't actually know why. I must have had a good reason to do that, but whatever reason it is already gone. I will make a claim on Kazan, on Samara, because it's one of his Orthodox provinces, and it's inside an area I already have. As a territory, perhaps, but I have it. There we go. I'm waiting for these Kazani separatists to run into Kazan, so I can eat them up on my terms. Is what I would say, but I don't really get any good terms on that. We should just smash into them with Muley, and then continue on our merry way, because I want these Danes dead. That's funny. Why did I think that Kazan was good for defense? Oh, that's why. I can give them a river crossing if they smash into me, but I would take a river crossing smashing into them. So let's hold off on that. I'm sure they'll come to us soon enough. I really don't like the fact that you're working on Olonets. Maybe, just maybe, I can convince them to give it up. But as long as I get Ingermanland, it's all okay. There we go. You don't get to convert that land. I would quite like Pskov to be taken by the Swedes, because they don't really want it, do they? Not as much as I want it. Ah, great. That actually told him to get off of Olonets. I'm just a little too slow to get there. Come on. Just a little too slow. So he's probably going to take Olonets. No, he does not. Olonets is all mine. Here come those Kazanis. Probably not the last Kazani revolt we'll ever have, but there they are. Yeah, I could spend dip on mercantilism, but I would really rather not. I've even lost my conquest in Uzbek. That's fine, though. I have reconquest, which is like conquest, but a lot better. Alright, hopefully he's going to work on Pskov, and hopefully the Danes are too busy getting mashed by my good ally, the PLC, to be bothering with fighting me on my front, but just in case, I'm ready for them. Goody, goody. Let's keep it going. When I was casting the Dev Clash earlier, it just gave me feelings of wanting to continue on with this. So it feels really good to be back in the BBB here. Now, oh, I thought there was a fight happening there. Any land that Sweden has as vital interest that they siege up, they'll keep for themselves, but anything that is my vital interest and not theirs will go to me. So that includes all of this land. It's not the best land, and it doesn't even feed the trade node that I want, but any land I take off of Denmark is land that I deny the Danes whilst taking for myself. I did not consider this, but perhaps I should have. I'm at military tech 14. The Danes are at 15. 15 is huge. I'm going to try to win this without teching up for that, because that tech is ludicrously expensive with this institution penalty. And I'm far away from getting that. I'm waiting for that institution to spread. I'm not paying over the odds for it. And this should be a war that it's okay for me to be lazy in that regard on, because... yeah, why exactly? I'm sure I have reasons. Swedes, you take care of those Catholic zealots. I'll even tell you to siege it up. Because we have the PLC and Sweden against Denmark, as well as the other PLC friends like Württemberg, Pskov and Saxony, all those heavy hitters. So it should come to pass that the Danes get ravaged by other armies and I don't have to worry about my own. You never know how it'll always pan out, but there's my hoping. The Hungarians rose up faster than I had expected. And that's a real shame for me. Not in a good position to turn around and slap them for it. What are you guys going to do there then? I mean, you could siege up Revel, but that's kind of getting in the way. Or I could just tell you to march all the way back down there. You won't be happy about it. Well, whatever. Get on it. Should have left you there in the first place. Otherwise, great horde separatists wish to rise up, and I'm still at the point where I do not want to worry about these guys. So, Etkara, Bakhmut, and Borgsy. Bakhmut, don't care. Borgsy, don't care. What was the other one? Etkara? Pfft. Away they go. I'm not dealing with separatists right now. The Muscovites want to rise up in Wolywotsits. Yes, that province. I wonder why here and nowhere else. What have I done to it? Well, I am cruel. That doesn't help matters. They probably had rebels hitting there earlier. And still, I don't care. Just give them the autonomy. I'm not in a good position for fighting all these away. They want to rise up in Kolum as well. I'm not going to give them what they probably want. It's what I would say, but screw it. It's not hurting me. We have very good autonomy reduction thanks to having... oh, there we go. Thanks to having our reform and, of course, aristocratic ideas, often undersold. But I'm telling you, they're good. And I'm right. Hopefully Sweden won't mind me having this big old border with them, but come on, they're Swedes. By the way, I think this one mercenary has the situation under wraps here, so perhaps I should just take a hike back to Novgorod. Is it wise to turbo develop for printing press? I'm not going to do that. I don't have the spare monarch points for anything like that. We've been hurting on monarch points since day one when we spawned with 0, 0, and 0 in our monarch points. That was grim, but we'll be Christ, Catholic zealots. Deal with them, Sweden. Pretty please. Uh-oh, Sweden's sieging that up like I told them to. That's not what I meant. I meant siege up all nets for me. At this rate, it might be worth me killing these guys. Let's get over there and see what can be done. Oh, good. They're actually listening to me. I like these Swedes. They are subservient, as all Swedes should be. Commonwealth's doing a fine job, but it's important to me that the Danes continue to have to fight them. Okay, I shouldn't have let that fall. That actually switched from Orthodox to Catholic, and now it's eligible to be further switched by a centre of Reformation. And I don't want to have to fight these Catholic zealots who are no doubt stronger than me, but options are few. At least I'll go here where there's not a river crossing into you. And then hopefully mash these guys up. Oh, and there are the Danes. Remember, those Danes are significantly stronger than me right now. So let's keep ourselves together. That military tech 15 is a big one. Okay, then I'm heading back to Novgorod. I'd protect Ladoga, but that's about as committed as I get here. Hopefully the PLC helps out with this. Best money is pillaged money. Eesh, maybe I should not be spending all my mil just in case I need Miltech 15. If this all goes Pete Tong, I'm gonna really hope to at least have the option to get that Miltech. Where are they heading over to? Klexholm? Not a problem. Don't know what the Danes are up to. They're probably going to do the whole reach around thing as they often like to do. Just give me the admin. I like admin a lot. I mean, I'm way behind the times in many things, but I want to get my religious ideas going. There we go, took care of those accursed Hungarians at great personal loss. Good heavens, that hurt me. Probably because they are also at Miltech 15. Goodbye manpower, I knew you once. On the plus side, this province has finally fallen. And then I can make my way over to Narva. Okay, they're arching around a bit to where exactly? Velsk. Well, that's into my territory, so I'm naturally not very happy about that. Hopefully the Swedes can go and fight them. The Swedes should be considerably stronger than the Danes, but they still got to win. Now he's going over to Volodka. Is he going for a capital? I wonder if he is. If he is, then I could fight him on my terms pretty nicely. Let's get you guys back to Tver, where there's decent supply limit, because I can at least outnumber the buggers. Let's also reflect on the fact that I'm not converting anything. Let's change that right now. Let's change it in a way that actually works for the map. Let's not worry about costs so much. Let's worry about having a nice-looking religious map mode. There we go. Let's just spread it up and squeeze away all those disgusting wrong religion Tatars. Alright, with a bit of luck he's going for my capital, because that'll keep him busy for a bit, but it doesn't look like he is. Also, did I read that right? No, I did not. I thought they were joining in my war. Sweden's still pretty keen on the war, which is nice. Where the hell does Jelra get 36,000 men? Jelra's minuscule, but I guess he has the development to back it up. Oh man, he's going to do that thing where he just goes right down deep into my country. Can't say I'm terribly pleased with that, but what you going to do? Well, he's trying to take all nets for ourselves. Swedes are taking care of the Catholic zealots for me, which was rather nice. Gel was emperor, were they not? Still are. Okay, so I'm at war with the HRE emperor on top of everything else. Alright, he's going for Nichny, he's going for my subject Kazakh, which is kind of good. Kazakh's gotten too big for his boots. Ah, and that's also quite nice. Kazakh is grabbing all the nets for me. Which means I will continue up and grab White Karelia so that the Swedes can't have it. Now let's move you into position so that I'm actually able to look at the... Where are they even going? I mean, it's kind of good for me that they stay out of my hair, but I'm apparently losing this war. Probably because Stockholm is occupado. Oh well, I'll get ticking war score if nothing else. I was hoping the Commonwealthy would get a bit more stuck in fighting Danes in my land for me, but perhaps I overestimated that. Revel. Let's revel in it. At least we have one fort on our side here. I'm going to send off a small detachment over here with the best siege that we've got, so that that thing will fall hopefully pretty quickly, and you guys come back here. Ah, curses, the Swedes took this siege, and they're taking that one. Shouldn't have let them take Olonets. But who knows, maybe the Swedes will get separate pieced out of all of this. Then my war score actually shoots up, which is rather nice. Where are the Danes even going? I knew I should have put that fort down in Lakia. Not having a fort here has hurt me for a very long time. And it is a good border to have, but I would also need one here. This isn't particularly well placed given everything. Alright, I don't want to lose all that manpower, but I'm going to have to pay for these elite troops of mine, apparently, even though we're behind the times. Please tell me you're going to kill Sweden so that we can get a border that isn't two nations with the same color. Of course we're going to kill Sweden, but not yet. And also, this is nowhere near the same color. I might be pretty blind, but God knows what you're seeing there. Commonwealthy is still at war with all these guys, including Denmark? Why am I not seeing Denmark? It probably is there and I'm not seeing it. Okay, I see it now. It was just after Gelra. What in the world are these Danes doing? I don't know where they're going or what's going on. Oh, but I don't like that. Wallachia has been occupied by Denmark. And there's Bremen inside my country. Unpleasant. Maybe this war is not as awesome as I was thinking about it in my head. I did not expect him to bring so many troops from Gelre. The Danes on their own, sure, but these other guys, not so sure. Well, of course, a big part of that is that I'm not helping at all with my units, but let's not worry about it too much. Let's just keep our units in a relatively useful place. I mean, other than Kosovo, I don't mind this land so much being lost. And if the Danes want to get lost around their Sweden style, that's up to them. I could get both my supply trains for for better reinforcement speed and my yearly prestige. I want all of these things, but I might need my admin for coring. I'll invest in that at least. Wait, someone just declared war on Venice? It's Aragon. Aragon wants Corfu, which is a foolish thing to fight over because it's just delayed Ottoman food, but if it keeps my other enemies weaker, then all the better. Also Sweden. You are very lucky that the grand power of Wallachia is here to help you, because otherwise I'm sure you'd... Oh, Wallachia's decided that helping Swedes is not worth anybody's time. That's rather amusing. Well, fight the good fight, Swedes. You have the better everything, really. 10% discipline. But your home is looking a bit torched right now. Very torched. Ongoing battles is helping me there, but otherwise he's just costing me war score. I'd be winning this war if it weren't for the accursed Swedes. Okay, Muley decided that it's a good idea to die. Okay, there we go. Look who's come in to save your sorry ass. It's my Wallachians. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Sweden, please, well, actually, Wallachia, you go siege up your own home. It's costing me war score, and I don't like things costing me war score right now. I need a replacement for Muley. I don't like not having generals right now. It's also a good way to get that army professionalism up. So I think we're going to have Darth Air help us out. Come on, big guns. I mean, that's guns across the way, but I'm happy to have that 2 siege, that's for sure. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. I know Sweden's bleeding for me, but that's exactly the point. And he's winning on the seas for me. Excellent. That's galley spam in... and not even an inland sea. Damn, Danes, you got played. Really hard. Unfortunately, my enemies are very keen on the war, but if I drag it out a bit longer, I think Gelre won't be keen on it. Gelre's getting really tired up here. And besides, there are revolts in Denmark, so surely they'd want a good peace with me. Well, as long as I keep that war goal for myself. I think I'll take Kola. There's nothing stopping us, and it's just an errant merc up there. Forget firearm regiments. I've never been a fan of increased maintenance cost, even if the drill modifier goes up. How's the war against the Danes go, says Zarek. It's going. I wouldn't say it's going amazingly, but it is going. Those supply trains really speak to me, but if I ever want to fight the Danes, I'm going to need that mill tech. Alright, revel in it. It's down. Osel could be ours as well. I think that's a job for this single isolated mercenary, while the rest of you get back to the main army. Because Sweden's just there to buy time for me. Once he's out of this picture, I'm going to get to like 26 war score. And the war's been going on and tiring out the Danes for long enough. What I need to do is what's going on here? Why would you come and fight me, Denmark? Well, fortunately, well, you're going there on the 25th, but you're going to be out of there by now, by then. So perhaps I should 18th, 8th. Oh dear. I don't like just offhandedly losing a merc. Is there anywhere that we can go before then? Oh, of course not. I forget. Does that affect people going into the province or not? Yeah, there we go. It does work against people that are moving into you. Right, well, that guards, or safeguards the retreat. I think it was worth it just to spare this merc regiment. It's a dosh in the end, after all. Commandant's deed. he'll be replaced with this guy. Give me that discipline, please. Oh, and since that slowed them down, the Danes are now going to be trapped by those Swedes. What a hilarious turn of events for them. Alright, good. Keep the sweeping conversions going. Sure, it's a little bit... well, actually, why bother with the stuff that's a bit more expensive? I should be targeting places that have autonomy as low as it'll go, which does include Sarai. Sadly, a lot of these places are... they're territories, so they're not going to be done anytime soon. Oh well. That being the case... Hey, we're actually running out of places to convert. As a feel-good factor, let's try to chip down on the numbers of them rather than focus on the best. Good, you're taking your capital back. That's great, because it's a lot of development that they're getting war score out of. And I don't want them to have that. Also, please take Ocel. Hungary has been discovered spying on us. Why would Hungary spy on us after we tore them to shreds? To shreds, you say? Sure, Aragon, take it if it means fighting you-know-who. And Sweden do not want to be in this war. They will peace out very soon. And like I said, that's not all bad. I'll get a good chunk of war score, and I'll be able to retake these provinces. I just wish they fought a little harder before crashing out and burning. But that flippin' war score is going to work wonders for me. I should probably take the fortifications on the border, but there aren't a lot of those. Also, that Sarai conversion was beautiful. Hum. I do want Hum converted. And I don't want Bosnian separatists. But I don't want to give them autonomy. It's a difficult trade-off. Basho, what's it? Yeah, you know, I don't care. It's a shame that you're burning there. Let's give you a leader with some... Oh dang, you're both burning a bit. Let's give you both generals with maneuver. And let's bring back our beloved mercenaries so you're free to occupy these as soon as Sweden is kicked out of the war. Not Home says, am I still the ruler or did I kick the bucket? You are still ruling us. Yeah, with a firm but fair hand. I just wish you weren't cruel because that extra unrest isn't helping anything for me. Except helping me get those revolts. Jinx, I think Multan is dead, Timmy. Just a hunch. I'm going to start integration of Kazakh as soon as we're at peace. Can't do it because they are involved in the war. Okay, there we go. The monk says, since Jake didn't see my message or just decided that he didn't want a response... Okay, I didn't, so there you go. Right, finally it's over. What did I get out of this? A staggering 2 favors with Timmy. I got plenty of favors with Timmy, I don't particularly need more. I got his trust up to level 80, which is great, means he won't rival me. Those relations could be considerably better, though. I should work on that. There we go. I got a whole ducat out of it. Lucky, lucky me. That is very true, though. I should definitely improve my relation with the guy. And, oh, it was Hungary that caught me. Why was I spying on Hungary? Maybe I wanted a claim on him or something, but I've already claimed his land. Granted, I want more of his land, but hey, what you gonna do? Okay, Sweden, you are actively costing me in this war. Either get your act together or get out of the war, but don't you dare annul treaties with me. That would not be cool. Oh, guys, minus 85% war score. What a laugh. Gelre would want out of this war quite soon, which is good news for me because they bring far too much to the table. I could probably wait him out at this point. There's no overwhelming need for me to get my hands dirty. I'll ask again, are you now working as a caster, or did you just decide to help out of your own friends, or do you not talk about the detail? I mean, it's not really my business to talk about the details per se, but yes, Paradox wanted me to cast, and yes, I went there to do so. And that means anybody else could have me to cast, but I'm very much at liberty to pick and choose what I want to do. That's the whole point of going it alone. Not having to do anything for demand. Do what I want to do, when I want to do it. Mazandaran is up. Sweden had to cede 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces to Denmark. Pretty good provinces at that. Well, these two were pretty good. This one is actually kind of nice because I would quite like Klexholm for myself. I mean, all of this is natural Soviet territory, so of course I'm going to be taking it. Finland is still a part of Soviet Union, they're just an errant defector. I mean, that's so true, it's not even worth contesting, so... Alright, just like that, my war score's rocketed up, and I could make a favourable peace with the Danes, but let's try and hold out and see what we can get. Oh, dear God. Wait, hang on, oh yeah, this is because you have a lot of gold income relative to other things. Get inflation, lose prestige, unfortunate. Let's pay it down a bit because I do not like having lots of inflation. It does cost you on the dosh front. And I'm not open to things costing me dosh. Okay, great, I kept my alliance with Sweden, which is fair enough. I'm getting good spy network on Bohemia. If I wanted to attack right now, which I don't, we could do so relatively cheaply. Alright, Gelro, what are you thinking? The war score is clearly in my favour. Yeah, not enough. They're not under... Ah, jeez. I get so many bad events in this run. I mean, that's not too bad. Gaining army professionalism. There used to be an exploit where you just milked this event. Speaking of milking... I would really quite like to milk my good friends in the... Some of those negative things are going to go soon. Some of them are really going to go soon. Level 3 Mint Master's quite nice, but he wouldn't be that cheap now, would he? 70, 85... Let's just take a risk on this. Get the admiralship, get the Rhine Minister, and then demand loads of money from my beloved burghers. Clergy's gotten out for me. The nobility would and should. I could tell them to go on a diet, but I don't like any of my guys having too much influence. Then again, recruited minister's about to go away, so I think I will tell them to go on a diet. And then get all that mill power. It's kind of tempting to get the levies as well. I do like having decent manpower. I don't like them being unhappy, but just give it to me, man. Give it to me. Oh, right, and then they're going to be even more unhappy. Oh well, can't win them all. I could actually embrace the